Join us on a haunting journey as we uncover the tragic fates of the cast behind the legendary series The Bionic Woman. The faces that once captivated millions and now bear destinies far more heartbreaking than any script could have imagined. From beloved supporting actors to celebrated stars, they faced not only the highs and lows of Hollywood but also unimaginable struggles beyond the screen. Mysterious illnesses, horrific accidents, and even unexplained deaths, each story weaves a sorrowful tapestry of what life was like after the cameras stopped rolling. Their untimely departures left fans in shock and raised unsettling questions within the entertainment industry. Were these merely cruel coincidences, or is there something more lurking beneath the surface? Richard Anderson, born on August 8, 1926, in Long Branch, New Jersey, was a distinguished actor whose career spanned over 5 decades. He gained widespread recognition for his role as Oscar Goldman, the head of the Office of Scientific Intelligence, in both The $6 Million Man and The Bionic Woman from 1976 to 1978. His calm, authoritative presence and sharp charisma made him the perfect fit for the role. Before landing this iconic part, Anderson had a prolific film and television career, appearing in classics such as Forbidden Planet, 1956, Paths of Glory, 1957, The Long Hot Summer, 1958, and The Night Strangler, 1973. His versatility allowed him to transition seamlessly between film noir, westerns, and science fiction. Despite his career achievements, Anderson's personal life was far from ideal. He was married twice, first to Carol Lee Ladd, daughter of Hollywood legend Alan Ladd, and later to Katherine Thalberg, the daughter of producer Irving Thalberg and actress Norma Shearer. Both marriages ended in divorce, and though he had 3 daughters, his dedication to his career often kept him away from family life. Friends and colleagues described him as warm yet somewhat elusive, a man who charmed many but struggled with emotional intimacy. In his later years, Anderson withdrew from public life, living a relatively quiet existence. His health began to decline in his final years, and on August 31, 2017, he passed away at the age of 91 in Beverly Hills, California, from natural causes. His death marked the end of an era, as he had been one of the last surviving figures from the golden age of television sci-fi. His legacy, however, lives on in the hearts of fans who grew up watching his commanding performances. Skip Homeier was born on October 5, 1930, in Chicago, Illinois, and had an early start in show business as a child actor, first appearing on radio programs before transitioning to film. He gained fame as a troubled teenager in Tomorrow, the World, 1944, where he played a Nazi youth, a role that haunted him throughout his career. As he aged, Homeier was often typecast as villains in classic westerns and crime dramas, starring in The Gunfighter, 1950, with Gregory Peck and later appearing in The Tall T, 1957, and Comanche Station, 1960. His television credits were extensive, including guest spots on Bonanza, Perry Mason, and 2 episodes of Star Trek, where he portrayed antagonistic figures. In The Bionic Woman, he played Chief Investigator Gregory in 2 episodes from 1976 to 1978, a role that allowed him to showcase his ability to portray stern, authoritative characters. Despite his career successes, Homeier's personal life was more challenging. His first marriage ended in divorce, and although he remarried, he lived a relatively private life in his later years. He gradually stepped away from acting in the 1980s and lived in quiet retirement. On June 25, 2017, he passed away at the age of 86 in Indian Wells, California. His cause of death was never widely publicized, leaving many fans to wonder about the final years of an actor who had once dominated screens as a compelling villain. Jim McMullen, born on October 13, 1936, in Long Beach, New York, was an actor known for his rugged good looks and versatility. He originally studied architecture at the University of Kansas before discovering his passion for acting, which led him to Hollywood. In The Bionic Woman, he played the character Casey in 2 episodes between 1976 and 1978. McMullen's career spanned over 3 decades, during which he became a familiar face in television and film. He starred in Chopper 1, 1974, a short-lived but memorable police drama, and had recurring roles in Dallas, Chips, and The $6 Million Man. He also had notable roles in films like Airport 1975 and Extreme Close-Up, 1973. Though his career appeared steady, McMullen faced personal struggles, including the pressures of maintaining his status in Hollywood. Unlike many of his contemporaries, he found lasting love with his wife, Helene, whom he married in 1980. However, tragedy struck in his later years when he was diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a debilitating neurological disease. As the illness progressed, it robbed him of his ability to move and communicate, making his final years a painful ordeal for both him and his family. On May 31, 2019, McMullen passed away at the age of 82, a heartbreaking end for an actor once celebrated for his strength and resilience on screen. Martin E. Brooks, born on November 30, 1925, in the Bronx, New York, was an actor renowned for his portrayal of Dr. Rudy Wells in both The $6 Million Man and The Bionic Woman. His role as the compassionate yet brilliant scientist responsible for Jamie Summers' bionic reconstruction made him a beloved figure among sci-fi fans. Before achieving fame in these series, Brooks had built a solid reputation in Hollywood, starring in television shows such as Knots Landing, McMillan and Wife, Bonanza, Mission, Impossible, and Gunsmoke. His deep, intellectual demeanor often led him to play doctors, scientists, or authority figures, and he brought an undeniable gravitas to every role he took on. Unlike many of his Hollywood peers, Brooks never married and kept his personal life intensely private. He avoided the limelight outside of his professional obligations, preferring quiet pursuits such as writing and painting. Though friendly and well-respected within the industry, he was known to be somewhat of a recluse in his later years. As he aged, his health began to deteriorate, leading to a more withdrawn lifestyle. On December 7, 2015, Brooks passed away at the age of 90 in Studio City, California. His cause of death was reported as natural causes, though those close to him noted that he had become increasingly frail in his final years. His passing was quiet, mirroring the low-profile life he had chosen to lead. Even so, his contributions to television and the enduring legacy of The Bionic Woman and The $6 Million Man ensure that he is still remembered fondly by generations of viewers. Spencer Milligan was born on September 10, 1937, in Oak Park, Illinois. Though he never achieved A-list celebrity status, he became a cult favorite for his portrayal of Rick Marshall in Land of the Lost, 1974 to 1975, a role that made him a familiar face to fans of classic sci-fi television. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared in 2 episodes between 1976 and 1977, portraying Reed, a character who added to the show's dynamic, action-filled world. Milligan was known for his rugged charm and versatility, often appearing in guest roles on hit shows like Beretta, Gunsmoke, and The Dukes of Hazzard. Despite his career successes, his decision to leave Land of the Lost due to a salary dispute was a major blow to his career. After fading from Hollywood, he withdrew from the public eye, choosing a life of relative seclusion. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Milligan largely avoided the Hollywood party scene and maintained a low-key personal life, though rumors swirled about unfulfilled career aspirations that left him bitter in his later years. As of today, there are no confirmed reports of his passing, but his reclusive nature has left many fans wondering about the fate of the once beloved actor. Ford Rainey, born on August 8, 1908, in Mountain Home, Idaho, was a veteran character actor with a long and respected career in film and television. In The Bionic Woman, he played Jim Elgin, Jamie Summers' loving adoptive father, appearing in 9 episodes from 1976 to 1977. His warm, authoritative presence made him a natural for paternal roles, and he played similar characters in Gunsmoke, Bonanza, and Perry Mason. Rainey's career spanned over 6 decades, with notable roles in The Parallax View, 1974, Halloween 2, 1981, and The Sand Pebbles, 1966. Despite his professional success, Rainey's personal life was quieter than most Hollywood stars. He was married to Sheila Rainey for over 60 years, a rarity in the entertainment industry, but his life was not without struggles. He outlived many of his close friends and colleagues, which left him increasingly isolated in his later years. In his 90s, his health declined significantly, and on July 25, 2005, he passed away at the age of 96 due to complications from a series of strokes. He spent his final days in Santa Monica, California, surrounded by family. Though his death was peaceful, the loss of such a seasoned performer left a void in Hollywood's golden era of television. Bernard Behrens was born on September 28, 1926, in London, England, but later became a naturalized Canadian citizen, where he made his mark as a distinguished character actor. He appeared in The Bionic Woman in 1977 as Beaumont, bringing his refined presence to the sci-fi drama. His career spanned theater, television, and film, with a standout performance as the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the NPR radio adaptations of Star Wars, 1981 to 1996. He was also recognized for his roles in Murder, She Wrote, Street Legal, and the critically acclaimed Canadian film The Changeling, 1980. Despite a career full of accolades, Behrens suffered personal heartbreak, particularly with the death of his wife, actress Dora Cranig. The loss devastated him, leaving a deep emotional void in his later years. He continued acting into his later life but eventually succumbed to declining health. On September 19, 2012, just days before his 86th birthday, he passed away in Perth, Ontario, Canada. His death was attributed to age-related illnesses, and he left behind a legacy of rich, memorable performances that often went underappreciated during his lifetime. Martha Scott, born on September 22, 1912, in Jamesport, Missouri, was an actress whose elegance and talent made her a staple in both film and television. In The Bionic Woman, she portrayed Helen Elgin, Jamie Summers' devoted adoptive mother, appearing in 6 episodes between 1976 and 1977. Scott's career took off in 1940 when she starred as Emily Webb in Our Town, a role she had originated on Broadway. She later appeared in legendary films such as Ben-Hur, 1959, The Ten Commandments, 1956, and The Desperate Hours, 1955. Despite her refined on-screen image, Scott's personal life was not always smooth. She was married twice, first to composer Mel Powell, which ended in divorce, and later to builder Carl Schleifer, with whom she remained until his death. Although she had a son, her dedication to her career often kept her away from home, leading to a complex relationship with her family. As she aged, Scott remained active in the entertainment world but privately battled lung disease. On May 28, 2003, she died at the age of 90 in Van Nuys, California, from natural causes. Though she lived a long life, the slow decline of her health and the loss of many of her Hollywood contemporaries weighed heavily on her in her final years. Her passing marked the end of an era, but her legacy as a distinguished actress endures. Vito Scotti was born on January 26, 1918, in San Francisco, California. He became one of Hollywood's most prolific character actors, known for his energetic performances and comedic timing. In The Bionic Woman, he played Romero in 2 episodes in 1976, adding his signature charm to the series. Scotti's career spanned decades, with memorable roles in Gilligan's Island, Columbo, and The Godfather, 1972, where he played the nervous undertaker, Amerigo Bonacera. Despite his success, Scotti's personal life was marked by struggles. He married twice and had children, but he was reportedly deeply affected by the death of his first wife, Irene, which left him heartbroken. In his later years, he battled ill health and faded from the spotlight. On June 5, 1996, he passed away from lung cancer in Woodland Hills, California. His death marked the end of an era for classic Hollywood character actors, leaving behind a body of work that still entertains audiences today. Christopher Stone, born on October 4, 1942, in Manchester, New Hampshire, was an actor known for his rugged charm and leading man looks. In The Bionic Woman, he played Chris Williams in 5 episodes from 1976 to 1978, portraying a love interest and ally to Jamie Summers. Stone had a steady career in television, appearing in shows like The Interns, The New Adventures of Wonder Woman, and Dallas. His film work included roles in The Howling, 1981, and Cujo, 1983, where he often played strong, charismatic characters. However, his real-life story was marked by both triumph and heartache. He married actress Dee Wallace, best known for E.T. the Extraterrestrial, 1982, and together they had a daughter. While their marriage was strong, Stone's health took an unexpected turn in the late 1990s. In 1995, at just 53 years old, he died suddenly of a heart attack. His passing was a devastating shock to his family and fans, as he had been active and seemingly healthy. His untimely death left Wallace to raise their daughter alone, a tragic ending to a love story that had endured Hollywood's pressures. Katherine Helmond was born on July 5, 1929, in Galveston, Texas. A versatile actress with a knack for playing eccentric, scene-stealing characters, she appeared in The Bionic Woman in 1977 as Dr. Harkins. Helmond became a household name with her roles as Jessica Tate in Soap and Mona Robinson in Who's the Boss?, bringing humor and warmth to television audiences. Despite her public persona as a witty and free-spirited actress, her personal life had its share of challenges. She was married to David Christian for over 50 years, and while their marriage was strong, she struggled with the pressures of Hollywood and the constant reinvention required to stay relevant. In her later years, she suffered from Alzheimer's disease, which slowly took its toll on her memory and health. On February 23, 2019, she died at the age of 89 due to complications from the disease. Her passing was a loss to the entertainment world, as she had left an indelible mark on television with her unique blend of comedy and depth. Dawn Porter, born on September 24, 1912, in Miami, Oklahoma, was a versatile character actor whose career spanned several decades. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared as Dr. James Courtney in 3 episodes from 1976 to 1977, playing a scientist involved in bionic research. Porter was best known for his role as Ann Sothern's boss in Private Secretary, 1953 to 1957, and as the caring yet firm father in Gidget, 1965 to 1966. His affable on-screen persona masked a private life filled with personal struggles. Porter was married to actress Peggy Converse for many years, and they had 2 children. Though their marriage endured, it was not without its difficulties, as Porter often prioritized his career over family time. As he aged, he retreated from Hollywood and lived a quiet life. In his later years, his health deteriorated, and he passed away from natural causes on February 11, 1997, at the age of 84. While his death was not as sudden as some of his peers, it marked the end of a career that had brought warmth and stability to television audiences. His contributions to classic TV remain appreciated, though his name is often forgotten in discussions of Hollywood's golden years. Jack Kelly, born on September 16, 1927, in Astoria, Queens, New York, was best known for his role as Bart Maverick in the hit Western series Maverick, 1957 to 1962. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared in 2 episodes between 1976 and 1978, portraying Charles Keyes, a government official entangled in covert operations. Kelly had a prolific television career, guest starring in classics such as Perry Mason, Gunsmoke, and The Twilight Zone. Off-screen, his life was a mix of success and disappointment. Though he married actress Mae Wynn, their relationship ended in divorce. His second marriage to Jo Ann Smith lasted until his death, but his financial troubles in later years led him to pursue a political career, serving as the mayor of Huntington Beach, California. Despite his charm and popularity, his personal life was marked by struggles with money and career setbacks. On November 7, 1992, Kelly suffered a fatal stroke at the age of 65. His sudden passing shocked fans who remembered him as the witty, affable gambler from Maverick, but behind the scenes, his life had been far more complicated than his easygoing on-screen persona suggested. Dennis Patrick, born on March 14, 1918, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, had a long career in film and television, often portraying wealthy, authoritative figures. In The Bionic Woman, he played Carlton Harris in 2 episodes in 1976, portraying a powerful businessman with hidden motives. Patrick was a familiar face on television, known for his roles in Dark Shadows, 1966 to 1971, Dallas, and The Time Tunnel. Though he enjoyed steady work, his personal life was filled with struggles. Married to actress Barbara Kaysen, Patrick experienced both professional highs and personal lows. Tragedy struck on October 13, 2002, when he died in a house fire at the age of 84. Investigators determined that the fire had started accidentally, trapping him inside his Hollywood Hills home. It was a devastating and tragic end for a veteran actor whose career had spanned decades. His sudden and horrifying death left an eerie shadow over his legacy, turning his final chapter into a story as dramatic as the characters he portrayed on screen. George Maharis, born on September 1, 1928, in Astoria, Queens, New York, was a strikingly handsome actor best remembered for his role as Buzz Murdoch in the classic TV series Route 66, 1960–1963. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared in 2 episodes in 1976 as Sergeant Bob Welton, a tough but principled military officer caught in high-stakes conflicts. Maharis had a promising career but was plagued by controversy and health issues. He left Route 66 at the height of its popularity due to hepatitis, a decision that severely damaged his career. Though he continued acting in films like The Satan Bug, 1965, and The Desperados, 1969, he never regained his former stardom. His personal life was often the subject of speculation, and he struggled with relationships, preferring to keep his romantic affairs private. In later years, he largely withdrew from Hollywood, living a quiet life away from the public eye. On May 24, 2023, Maharis passed away at the age of 94 due to natural causes. His long and turbulent career was marked by both success and hardship, leaving fans to wonder what might have been had he stayed on the road with Route 66. John Houseman, born Jacques Houseman on September 22, 1902, in Bucharest, Romania, was a towering presence in the world of film, television, and theater. In The Bionic Woman, he portrayed Dr. Franklin in 2 episodes from 1976 to 1977, playing a brilliant but enigmatic scientist. Houseman's career was nothing short of legendary. He was a co-founder of the Mercury Theatre with Orson Welles, a producer of Citizen Kane, 1941, and an Oscar-winning actor for The Paper Chase, 1973. Despite his professional triumphs, his personal life was often overshadowed by tension. He married Joan Houseman in 1952, and while they remained together until his death, his demanding career often took precedence over his family. As he aged, his health began to deteriorate, and on October 31, 1988, he succumbed to spinal cancer at the age of 86. His passing marked the end of an era, as he was one of the last great figures of Hollywood's golden age. Though respected and admired, Houseman's relentless pursuit of excellence often left little room for personal happiness, making his final years a quiet contrast to his larger-than-life career. Lew Ayres, born on December 28, 1908, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, was a celebrated actor whose career spanned over 6 decades. He gained fame with his haunting portrayal of Paul Baumer in All Quiet on the Western Front, 1930, a role that cemented him as one of Hollywood's most promising young stars. In The Bionic Woman, he played Dr. Elijah Cooper in 2 episodes in 1977, portraying a brilliant scientist whose work had dangerous implications. Ayres' personal life was marked by highs and lows. He was married 3 times, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Ginger Rogers. While he found happiness with his 3rd wife, Diana Hall, his career was nearly derailed during World War II when he declared himself a conscientious objector, leading to public backlash and loss of major roles. Despite this, he rebuilt his reputation and continued acting well into his later years. In his final days, he suffered from declining health, and on December 30, 1996, he passed away at the age of 88 due to complications from a coma. His death marked the end of an era, as he remained one of the last living stars of Hollywood's early golden age. James Olsen, born on October 8, 1930, in Evanston, Illinois, was a gifted but often overlooked character actor. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared as Rod Kyler in 2 episodes in 1977, playing a determined but flawed government agent. While he never achieved leading man status, Olsen had a memorable presence in films like The Andromeda Strain, 1971, and Ragtime, 1981, as well as guest roles in numerous television series. Unlike many of his Hollywood peers, he kept his personal life out of the spotlight, avoiding the scandals and high-profile romances that plagued others. He never married and lived a relatively reclusive life in his later years, quietly stepping away from the industry in the early 1990s. On April 17, 2022, Olsen died at the age of 91. The cause of death was not widely publicized, adding a touch of mystery to the quiet and private life he had always led. Despite his impressive body of work, he remains one of Hollywood's more underappreciated talents, a man whose contributions often went unnoticed but were never forgotten by true film aficionados. Roger Perry, born on May 7, 1933, in Davenport, Iowa, was a versatile actor whose career spanned television, film, and stage. In The Bionic Woman, he appeared in 2 episodes between 1976 and 1978 as Dr. Thomas Tharp, a scientist caught in the web of advanced technology and moral dilemmas. Perry was best known for his work in Star Trek, 1967, as Captain John Christopher and in series like The Facts of Life and Ironside. His personal life was not without heartache. He was first married to actress Jo Ann Worley, but their union ended in divorce after years of tension and conflicting career ambitions. He later found happiness with actress Joyce Bulifant, but like many in Hollywood, his later years were marked by declining health. On July 12, 2018, Perry succumbed to prostate cancer at the age of 85. His death was a quiet farewell to an actor who had left a subtle but lasting impact on television history. Jennifer Darling was born on June 19, 1946, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She became widely recognized for her role as Peggy Callahan, the cheerful yet efficient secretary working for Oscar Goldman in The Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man appearing in 7 episodes of The Bionic Woman. She provided a touch of warmth and humor in the otherwise action-packed series. Her career extended far beyond live-action television. She became a prolific voice actress, lending her talents to beloved animated series such as The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Transformers. Despite her success, she faced the same struggles many character actors did, being typecast and often overlooked for major roles. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Jennifer managed to avoid public scandals, keeping her personal life out of the media spotlight. However, she experienced the difficulties of balancing a career in Hollywood with personal relationships, as the industry's instability took a toll. Now in her late 70s, she has stepped away from the public eye, living a quieter life. While her name may not be as well known as some of her co-stars, her contributions to television and animation have left an enduring mark. Lee Majors was born on April 23, 1939, in Wyandotte, Michigan. He rose to fame as the rugged and charismatic Colonel Steve Austin in The $6 Million Man, a role that cemented him as a pop culture icon of the 1970s. His character, a former astronaut turned bionic superhero, was so popular that he crossed over into The Bionic Woman, appearing in 6 episodes. Major's success in the entertainment industry was undeniable, but his personal life was far more tumultuous. His highly publicized marriage to Charlie's Angels star Farrah Fawcett seemed like a Hollywood fairy tale, yet behind closed doors, it was fraught with challenges. Their demanding careers kept them apart for long stretches, straining their relationship until their divorce in 1982. Majors remarried multiple times, but his relationships continued to be stormy. Professionally, he struggled to move beyond his bionic hero image, facing difficulties finding leading roles in the later years of his career. He continued acting in guest appearances and nostalgic revivals, but the golden days of his superstardom were behind him. In his later years, he battled various health issues, including heart complications, yet he remained active in the entertainment world. Now in his 80s, he is regarded as a television legend, forever remembered for his role as the $6 Million Man, a character that defined an era. Diane Carey was born on October 30, 1956. She became known for her role as Arlene Hart in The Bionic Woman, appearing in 3 episodes between 1976 and 1978. A talented actress with a striking presence, she went on to star in several popular television series, including V, Dynasty, and Knots Landing. Despite her success in Hollywood, her personal life was far from glamorous. The pressures of fame, combined with the fickle nature of the industry, made it difficult for her to establish a stable career. Like many actresses of her time, she faced typecasting and found it challenging to secure leading roles. Romantic relationships, too, were not without their difficulties. The intense demands of the entertainment industry made long-term commitments nearly impossible, leading to periods of heartbreak and uncertainty. Though she never completely vanished from the screen, her career slowed significantly in the later years. Now, she remains largely out of the public eye, living a quieter life away from Hollywood's relentless spotlight, though fans still remember her contributions to the sci-fi and drama genres. What do you think about the deaths of the actors from The Bionic Woman, and who do you remember the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to catch our latest videos.